condition of Zimbabwe and how Zim didn't get the way it is today overnight. It was a slow and steady decline. It wasn't a big bang approach or like an asteroid hit the country and all of a sudden things fell apart. He said they slowly started to see decay in infrastructure. I mean, he mentioned the place that he lives in.
Good morning, good day, everyone watching the video. I'm coming today with another video that will be a topic for us to discuss and to try to bring our reflection a little bit to help the government taking the better decision. I was just watching some few videos and I felt to this one. The lady who was talking something that for me make a lot of sense. And I think that the South African government must really think fast for us not to reach to the point where this lady is talking about. We will listen to this video and we'll be right back. Just listen.
Hi guys. So we just came out of a meeting with Hopewell, and wow, hopeful? Yes and no. I think the sad and dark and depressing part of our conversation was when he spoke about the condition of Zimbabwe and how Zim didn't get the way it is today overnight. It was a slow and steady decline. It wasn't a big bang approach or like an asteroid hit the country and all of a sudden things fell apart. He said they slowly started to see decay in infrastructure. I mean, he mentioned the place that he lives in Harare and how quite affluent it is, but they don't have running water. And that is because the water was not being treated, because the money was going to the pockets of corrupt politicians. He looked me in the eye and he said, South Africa is where Zimbabwe was in around 2007. And the writing is on the wall. The signs are there. If we keep going in this direction, pretty soon we'll find ourselves telling a similar story. What do I mean? President Cyril Ramaphosa said in his capacity as ANC president while speaking at the January 8th statement that he knows for a fact that municipalities are struggling to provide clean drinking water to many households and that sewage is seeping through the gardens of some communities. He mentioned that he knows that refuse is not being removed, that electricity is not being supplied. They're well aware. Those are the signs. Red flag. Potholes are everywhere. Infrastructure, like the property just behind me there, dilapidated. A crime hotspot, place for vandals, drug and alcohol abuse, and absolutely a health concern. So that was the dark and depressing part of our conversation. But you know what inspired me about what he had to say? That indeed the power is in our hands to make a difference. We can and must change status quo. You and I can stop and say no. We the people can make a difference. And I think what encourages and inspires me the most about Build One South Africa is that I'm surrounded by people who are already seeking to make an impact one way or another and are already on the ground doing so. How much more when we are in official positions and we can have that kind of authority of the state and use it wisely? So I had that food for thought. I hope it gives you food for thought as well. We don't have to continue in this current trajectory.
I think that the lady did a wonderful job. And it's for me, it's for the government to really listen and trying to pull the socks to make that the life of the South African must be much better. Yes, must be much better. The question that I come to my mind when I was listening to this video is that to everything that the lady just said, did you hear anything caused by a foreigner? No. That's why by talking about the foreigner, we're trying to divert our thinking to something else. We must focus on asking the right thing, asking the things that will better the life of everyone, and asking the things that will make the life of the people much, much better. We must forget this thing of, not that forget, but we must not put much, much accent to things that are not for me very relevant for the better life of everyone. So that for me is something that we, we have to think and think properly before we take a proper decision. Yeah. Yes, I think that all of us we have to really put our thought on what is more important and what is more relevant for the development of the country. Because to everything that she say, she's talking about corruption. Who is doing those corruption? Are they foreigner? I don't think so. Who are not closing the pothole on the road? Is it foreigners? I don't think so. Who are those ones not using the budget correctly to do the proper things that's supposed to be done? Is it foreigner? I don't think so. Guys, the time is up for us to really focus on what is very important for the better life of everyone. On that note, I will say thank you to the lady for making this video and also bringing up the topic that many people they don't really talk about on that way. The government, I know that your task is not easy, but you have to do something because the population are looking at you and they are really in need. It's urgent. Pothole everywhere, unemployment everywhere. People are just trying to pull here, fighting here. It's because people are not living well. Because if there was jobs, the people won't have time to be chasing foreigner away. If people was working and people was busy, I don't think that people are going to be having time to be looking what this person did or what this one did. As I did say, the government have everything on his hand to fix the country, to fix the foreigner situation, and to do what the South African really need. On this note, I will say thanks to everyone. You guys share the video, like it, and comment for us to engage for some positive discussion for the better life of all, for all. On this note, I will say thank you very much for watching and see you to my next video. Ciao.